You don't look anxious, but your jaw is clenched, your stomach's in knots, and you haven't slept through the night in weeks. So, yeah, something's up.
Therapist Kristen Jacobson.
Hi, I'm Kristen, licensed therapist and fellow high-functioning overthinker. And today, I'm talking about a very specific kind of stress. The kind that hides behind those polished presentations, overbooked calendars, and that perfectly crafted email response. It's called silent stress, or better known as high-functioning anxiety. And it's a lot more common than people realize, especially in professionals who seem fine but feel anything but. In the next few minutes, I'll help you spot the signs, explain what's actually going on behind the scenes in your brain and body, and give you some small but mighty strategies to stop burning out in silence. So here's the deal. Anxiety isn't always obvious. It doesn't always show up as panic attacks or breaking down in the bathroom stall. Sometimes anxiety wears a blazer. It shows up early, stays late, meets deadlines, and still feels like a fraud at the end of the day. If you're constantly busy, constantly tired, and constantly wondering why you feel off, even though technically everything's fine, you might be dealing with high-functioning anxiety. So here are some signs to look out for. 1, you live in a constant state of "I'll relax when," but then you never actually do. Number 2, your body is tense even when your brain says you're okay. So you might be laying there watching Netflix, a seemingly non-stressful activity, but your body might still be holding tension. Number 3, you say yes when you really want to say no, and then you resent it. Number 4, you check your email like it's a slot machine that might blow up your life. And number 5, you're on all the time, but secretly feel flat, numb, detached, or disappointed. This isn't just stress. This is emotional overdrive disguised as ambition. So let's talk about why this happens, because it's not random. If you're a high-achieving, do-it-all, never drop the ball type, then there's a reason for that. You probably learned early on that being competent, helpful, or impressive was the best way to feel safe, wanted, or in control. So somewhere along the way, your brain made the connection, if I just keep performing, I won't get hurt. So fast forward into adult life, and that same pattern plays out in the workplace, in relationships, in every inbox you open. Only now it's dressed up as work ethic or leadership. But underneath, it's still just an anxious nervous system trying not to fall apart. And look, I'm not saying ambition is bad. In fact, it's a very good quality. What I'm saying is when your worth gets tied to it, it becomes a trap. So here's what's going on behind the scenes. When you're constantly in go mode, your nervous system is running on high alert. So your body is pumping out stress hormones like it's prepping for battle, even if the enemy is just your 3 p.m. meeting with Brad from finance. This state is called chronic hyperarousal, which is really just a fancy way of saying that your brain thinks you're in danger all the time. So you might look calm, but internally, your body's screaming. And over time, this can lead to emotional numbness, digestive issues, insomnia, and that wired but exhausted feeling that just won't quit. And because you're high functioning, no one notices. Hell, you might not even notice until your body starts forcing you to. So let's talk about why being resilient isn't the same as constantly coping. Resilience means you face challenges and bounce back. Constant coping means you never stop adapting. You just shove your feelings down and keep grinding. And a lot of high achievers confuse the two. I'm still functioning, so I must be fine. No, you're functioning despite the anxiety, not because you're okay. That might get you the promotion, but it's going to cost you your peace. So here are some small shifts that actually help. I'm not going to tell you to quit your job or move to a cabin in the woods or meditate for 4 hours a day. That's just not real life. But here are some things that are doable. 1 is to pick one non-negotiable boundary per week. Say no to one thing that drains you. That's it. Just one. Number 2 is to check in with yourself daily. for just 5 minutes. No phones, no distractions. Just ask, how am I feeling and what do I need? It sounds simple, but most high functioners never stop long enough to ask. Try not to think about what you're feeling. Actually feel it. Sit with those internal sensations for a few minutes. Number 3 is rest like it's your job. If your brain needs a permission slip, here it is. You're allowed to rest without earning it. And number 4, stop tying your worth to output. You are not your to-do list or achievements. Say it with me again. Look, you're not dramatic. You're not broken. You're just a smart, capable person who's been running on overdrive. And anxiety doesn't always look like falling apart. Sometimes it looks like doing great. But if that inner tension never shuts off, that's your cue. And if you need support, get it. That's not weakness, that's strategy. If this hit a little too close to home, you're not alone. High-functioning anxiety is sneaky. It hides behind the very traits that people tend to praise. But just because you're getting things done doesn't mean you're doing okay. And if you're a high achiever who's been fine for way too long, it's worth asking where that pressure really started. For a lot of us, it goes back, way back. Inner child stuff, old beliefs, the feeling that you had to earn your worth by performing. So if you're ready to start untangling that, be sure to get on the wait list for my new book that's coming out this fall. It has a lot of the same tools I use with my clients. No fluff, just real strategies that work. So hit subscribe, check the link in the description, and let's keep digging into the patterns that are running the show. Because the way out isn't more hustle, it's more awareness. See you in the next video.